Hello. We have a really strong solar storm coming through tonight, and I'm feeling the energy coming through from my spirit guide. So I'm here to share a little bit with you, since I'm trying to be more open about how I really am. There has to be someone else out there like me that relates to me, right? Like, I can't be the only weirdo on this planet. So I came here to talk to you a little bit about some perspective I got tonight, because I have a new friend who's a much older gentleman than me. He's about 40 years older than me. And we went to dinner tonight, and I had honestly like the best time. I think he's fucking awesome. And I'm learning a lot from him. It was really cool. Like, the first night we met, which was at the bowling alley where everybody hangs out. I'm such a fucking Midwestern now. Like, I go to the bowling alley. Like, that's where my crew goes. Like, you know, it's just funny to me. Like, because that's really the only place to go. Because like, we don't really have anything else up here. But the night we met, he gave me a little silver cross. He goes around, okay, this is the coolest thing. He goes around and he takes pictures of people, and he has a little like portable printer, and he'll take a picture of you and you don't even know he's doing it, and then he'll give you a picture. I mean, how cool is that, right? And then we got to talking, and he gave me a little silver cross, and he also gave me a printout that he did of like all of the things he's learned in his life. I mean, if there's a person on this planet that speaks to me, like, you guys know how deep I am. I'm always looking for meaning in everything. And like, to meet somebody that has that ability to think like, oh, I might meet someone and I want to like share this with them. Like, I mean, if that's not God, I don't know what is. So we went to dinner tonight, and it was amazing. And, you know, I really felt like I had to be on my best behavior, but you guys know me. Y'all know that I'm not here to please anyone. I'm not here to compromise who I am. I'm here to like tell the truth. And I teeter between like the trickster who wants to be like, fuck everything and make fun, blasphemous and make fun of everything and be like, you know, crazy and ridiculous. Y'all know me. And the other side, which is like, I'm really starting to experience my life in this really beautiful divine way, where like, not only do I see the divinity within myself, like I really see it in other people, and not just people I like. And it's causing me to reflect deeper on some of my behaviors and the things I say, because I mean, it's not like I'm not aware. I mean, y'all know me. I am ridiculous, and I am blasphemous, and I love to make fun of and laugh at the hypocrisies we have in religion and politics. And to me, that's like how you bring awareness to the dysfunctional parts of those institutions, is by making fun of it. And you know, I've realized more recently, due to some experiences I've had, that can be hurtful to people. And I've always known that, but that's never been my intention. And it's been more recently, like in my face, that those things can be hurtful. And I never want to be like that to anybody. But I also, like, I have this deep core identity that I have to stand up and rebel against the things that I see as untruths. And a lot of people don't like me for that. And like, that's okay. You know, like not everyone's going to like me. That's all right. I don't take that shit personally anymore. I used to, because I was like so hated myself so much. And I found my whole identity in what other people thought of me versus like, you know, I have my own identity now. I know who I am. I know that I have value. And it doesn't matter what people think of me. And with that comes like a greater sense of responsibility of what I am supposed to bring to the world. You know, and I look very deeply whether I'm contributing to society or whether I'm, you know, taking. And so as I'm like having this conversation, you know, it was really interesting because I had like some feelings come up, like, and I said, I hope that I don't embarrass you. And he was like, you could like never do that. And I'm like, you don't know me. But I've often felt, because like I don't have a filter on like, and I'm trying. I'm really trying, y'all. But like I realize like I feel like that people that I look up to usually too. It's, you know, guys I've had crushes on, or people that, you know, like you think, you know what I mean? Like, it's like they think that you're not as good as them kind of thing. And that is like a real problem I have, that people judge me like I'm just, because I've felt like that, you know, most of my life. And I've had experiences that I validated that belief. So like coming into like loving myself and being confident and going out and showing people who I am, especially like the spiritual parts of me, because I know that scares a lot of people because they don't fucking understand it. And they think like I'm over here worshiping the devil or something, or being disrespectful to God. And sometimes I want to still hide myself away. When I become aware of how much I obsess and self-judge. So I'm like, I'm trying to be on my best behavior. And I'm like, you know, am I going to embarrass you and this and that? And I was thinking about that when I got home. And like, we've got this solar storm coming in. So I feel like I'm very connected to the other realm right now. And I realized that I have this sense of rebellion so deep within me. You know, I rebel against my teacher, and I've been working with my teacher for 6 years. I've had hundreds of sessions with my teacher, literally. And there are certain things like practices he wants me to do, and I'm just like, I just won't fucking do it. And in fact, I told somebody who is a mutual apprentice of my teacher about doing this specific thing. And he's like, whoa, like, what's the holdup? And I like really thought about it. I'm like, well, this is what I do with my teacher. Like, I have to play out. I don't have to. Right now in my life, I'm choosing to play out this like rebellion, you know, rebelling against authority. And I'm still very much in that part of the hero archetype story. Okay. Like the hero like has a great loss, and, you know, they rebel against like whatever is in society. And then they, you know, come to terms understanding who they are. And then they go out and they fight and like for freedom, and they save the fucking world. They save themselves. Like I'm in that rebellion stage of my own story. And there's a part of me that actually feels highly self-aware, somewhat embarrassed because of that. But I realized, you know, rebellion, you have to have a foundation, okay? Like in society or in your sense of self, because there's really no difference. There's no difference between your sense of self and what is reflected in society, okay? What's out there is what's going on in here. So you see society rebelling every generation, right? Like there's more and more rebellion against, but you still have for a functioning society and for a functioning human being, a sense of self and ethics and morals and truths that have to be expressed within you for the rebellion to, when you rebel as a society or against like what you've been taught, think of it as a tree and you've got a foundation, okay? You've got the soil and the roots are growing down. Well, as the tree has to grow up to the heavens to connect to higher consciousness, to higher realms, the roots need to expand and grow out. But they do grow down, but they really grow out. And they have to break up. And that's what the rebellion is the breaking up of the foundation to build a solid one. Because there's going to be parts that remain and parts that don't, that get destroyed. So when we're thinking of this in terms of society, there's always going to be rebellion, but like there's going to be dysfunctional and functional rebellion. And I love rebellion, but I don't like rebelling just for the sake of like, oh, I hate everything and everything is bad. Like, and that's a part of the process we go through when we start to awaken to the lies we've been told, is that we feel like it's all bullshit and let's throw it all fucking out, And I've certainly been through that part of the journey. But the truth is that for our foundation to grow as an individual or as a society, we need to have certain foundational structures to our own identity. What we need to rebel against is the falsehoods that cloud this foundation. So when it comes to rebellion, I love rebellion. Y'all know I'm the trickster. I'm here to throw it in your face. I'm here to show you a mirror. And I've had many people in my life do that for me, and it's been challenging and hard and made me realize like my own dysfunction. So, when we're asking ourselves, like, some of us like to use the term truthers. Oh, we're truthers. Like, well, are you using that term as a way to make you feel like you're better than everyone else? Because like, you're not. Especially, you're not better or worse based on a belief. You can be a devout Christian, you can be a devout Buddhist, you can be a devout Satanist. What sets you apart are what actions do you take in the world. You're not defined by your beliefs and feelings, you're defined by your actions. So when we think about, sitting online and being mad at society and, well, I'm going to rebuild and, anarchism and all this, like, is it because you just think it makes you a badass? Or like, do you really embody those principles? Because if you truly embody the principles of personal sovereignty, that we don't need mommy, daddy, government to fucking tell us what to do, that means you have to show up and fucking contribute. Are you doing that? Is your rebellion a sense of your identity because you're mad at what mommy and daddy did to you? For me, that was definitely the case for a very long time. And like when you come into a deeper understanding of what that rebellion truly is for, that it is to lift us up, grow our tree trunk to the heavens, to connect with God while creating a strong foundation based on certain, for lack of a better term, conservative values. Please don't read into this politically, okay? There are certain things, that's why they're called conservative, because they have been little parts that have remained as a foundation. I don't even remember where the fuck I was, because goddamn politics invaded my brain. Do you see? It's brainwashing, you guys. They are purposefully separating us and brainwashing us and making everybody feel fucking self-righteous as hell and feeding into everyone's anger. And it's an infection. Please stop watching the news and following politics. Please find a sense of spiritual connection, however that happens for you. Whether it's by going to church or talking to light beings or going out into nature and hugging a tree or hanging out with your friends on the weekend. You know, I've come to realize like my whole life is a devotional experience to God. So whether I'm sitting at home meditating and talking to the beings who come and, you know, kind of try to help me out a little bit, or I'm, you know, going out and getting fucked up at the bar with my friends and hugging on them and telling them how much I love them and crying over shit. I mean, it's all spiritual. It's as long as you're aware of like your desire to connect and like love yourself and others. Everything is a spiritual experience. You can make anything a beautiful, enlightening spiritual experience. It doesn't have to be reserved for like certain days or certain locations or certain activities like prayer or meditation. Like, so I'm a little bit all over the place as usual, but, you know, I hope you're really understanding what I'm getting at here. You know, we need to examine our actions and like really truly understand the root of where they're coming from. So taking the example of me putting shit about religion and politics and, you know, fuck you, Jehovah, and, you know, suck my dick, you know, Trump and Biden, like that is me because I have a purpose in it. And I know that not everybody's going to get that and they're going to be like, but this is like part of my true purpose on this planet is to wake people up to their own divinity and quit looking out there. And I use the most blasphemous shit you can imagine because that's the only way I know how to get through to people because that was the only thing that got through to me. And here I was giving myself away to these concepts in society. It was stealing my soul away from me. So you're goddamn fucking right. I am going to do whatever it takes to let other people know, hey, you're giving yourself away. You're sacrificing yourself for lies. So if I got to make fun of shit and it's going to piss people off, well, what? I'm sorry. But not sorry. Because I'm all about truth. And there are truth and there are lies in society. And they don't exist on the right or the left or the red or the blue or the fucking donkey and the elephant. Or the Muslim and the Christian. Or the Jew and the fucking Muslim. Or the Muslim and the Hindu. It's bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. Pull yourself to a higher level. It's not all that. It's not all fucking black and white and Hispanic and Asian. It's fucking insanity, you guys. This is not your identity as a soul. You are so much more than your blip of your human existence here. And you are so much more than all of your ancestors. You are this whole universe. You are divine. Please, you guys, stop letting the third dimensional identity determine who you are as a soul. Everything here in 3D is polarized. Male, female, black, white. Good and evil, Jehovah and Satan, Jew versus fucking Nazi. I mean, it goes on. it's like an exponential mind virus. The separation continues to occur in all these aspects of polarity. The only way to get up and out of that chaos is to ascend and connect with your higher self, which has much more of an identity than you can possibly imagine from our limited concepts here on Earth. Okay, y'all? Whew, it's getting serious up in here tonight. So that's my message for what it's worth. You know, we focus too much on worrying about hurting people's feelings rather than like aligning ourselves with truth. When you align yourself with truth, like, it doesn't matter what's going on out there. What matters only is what's going on in here. So, return to the divine child within. You are divine. You are connected. God loves you because if you love yourself, that means God loves you. You are the divine. It's within you. All you have to do is look. So, get to it. I love you guys. Thank you for listening and to my rambles. If you got this far, you know, I owe you probably a spanking. So I'll see you later. Thanks for watching.